Welcome back to another video. So this video I'm gonna break down me and John Paul's portfolio right now. We bought our first rental property in March, and since then we're trying to grow as much as we can. So we have 6 total units. The cost to get into those units has been about $36,900, some change like that, right? So again, we got 6 total units for $36,000, all using creative finance and also taking it down via private lenders, and then going to refinance about 6 months down the road, right? So again, we got a triplex that we took sub 2. If you guys don't know what that is, I recommend you go look at Pace Morby's channel. He's got good content about that strategy. I won't go into that in this video. And then our other 2, we got a log cabin up in North Georgia, which we're planning on Airbnb-ing it out, and that's going to should be done by next week, the furnishing. And then we got a duplex in a hot area where actually the Braves play, the same city, Smyrna, Georgia. So we got that by private money, and we also got the log cabin by private money. So I'll go into some more info on that in this next clip, and basically I'm just going to go over how we bought the property and what list we got it from and how much money we had to bring to the table. So let's go through some of our holdings right now. This is currently what we hold, and what's our plans with each property. So here's our first property. It's a duplex in Smyrna. Again, that's where the Braves play. So it's in a very good location. It's up and coming, bunch of flips being done there, bunch of stuff happening. We got it from an absentee owner list. You'll see that's really our strategies. We love getting absentee owners. That's probably our best overall list. But we also combined it with a multifamily list, gives us our best return, and we got that from Propstream. That's where we get our list from. I have a link down in the description where you can get a free 7-day trial. So if you guys are interested, it'll be down in the description below. This also was an SMS lead. We got them from via texting the seller, and we use our texting software, Launch Control. If you guys are looking to check that out too, you can search them up. Launch Control again. We used a bunch of other providers. Those are by far our best provider for texting. I recommend them 100%. Probably like 6 or 7 people I know started using them, and they love it too as well once I told them. There's also a link down below for that as well. And this strategy is we took it down private money. This was our first rental, okay? This was our first one. It's a duplex, like I mentioned, obviously above is the title. And so we took it down using private money. Our purchase price, so you can see the line below is $180, and you can see right here as well, purchase price. And we were able to get a lender. The most important part of all these is getting these private lenders through a flipping friend. He was one of his friends. He lended to him. I built a connection. I met him a couple times, and that lasted me the relationship for him to lend on a property for us. He's not a hard money lender. It's private money, no interest, or excuse me, interest 11% only, but there's no points, no fees, no transactional, no appraisals. He just looks at the property and will lend you the money. So again, it is 11% interest, which is on the higher end, but at the same time, you don't pay any fees or points, and you know it's quick and easy. You can do it in 5 days or less, or whenever you really have a deal. But anyway, you can see he loaned us $153,000. That means we had to come out with $26,622, as you can see below here. So we had to come up with some money out of this transaction. Was it the whole 180? No, it's less than 20%, which you would have to go to a bank. And we can't go to the bank, one, because we're an LLC. They're not going to fund our LLC unless we do commercial loans. So that's a whole nother strategy, or a whole other category there. But this right here is just us going to get a private lender, taking it down easy. And here's some more of the numbers on it. So again, like I told you, he loaned us $153,000 at 11% interest with the 1-year balloon. So we got to pay him off in 1 year. I'll get later to what our exit strategy is. But our current monthly payment to him, it's only interest only, no principal. That's the negatives to these private lenders, but at the same time, they get you the property quicker and easier than any bank would. So in terms of the whole transaction. So we're paying him a total of $1,402 in interest, 50 cents. Our insurance costs us about $79, and our taxes are about $183. So all in all, on this property, we're about $1,665 a month, and our payments, right? It's not including, we also take out money for our expenses, for repairs, but for this situation, to make it easier, the numbers, we're not going to make our estimated repairs every single month, right? Because some landlords, what they do, and that's what we do, is we set a certain amount of our money every single month towards repairs, but we're not going to put that in here for just to make it easier. We got to rent it at $995 and $1,100. And so you can see here we got our net. We just subtracted our gross rents minus our expenses, and we're cash flowing $430 right now. Now we usually want to cash flow about $400 a unit, so you'll see at the bottom over here what our exit strategy will be and how we can get there. But our cash on cash return, again, we only had to put in $26,000. I don't want to say only, but we put in $26,000. And based off our $429 profit per month times 12, that's where you get the $51.57, because 12 months in a year, obviously. So that's how we get a 19% return on our investment. The stock market over the last 100 years has been 7 to 10%. So I think it's really actually been like 7.7, I believe. So that 19% is a great return on your investment. Anyone you talk to that says that isn't, I wouldn't take advice from them, because it's a big deal. 19% is real good. So our exit strategy, again, goes back to the point here, is our plan is to refinance out the private lender and now go back with a more like a commercial loan through Lending Home. So there's Lima One, Lending Home, Lending One, just they're, bigger. I don't even want to consider them banks, even though I guess technically they are, but they lend off commercial assets. So they lend through your LLC. I don't want to say commercial assets, but they lend commercially. So they lend off your LLC. So you don't need to have to show them, they check your credit score, but they're not looking for your W-2 income. They're not looking for all the nitpicky stuff the bank is, right? They do cost a little bit more money, right? So the interest rate I got was like 6.25, which is still a lot. Some of you guys are probably saying, why the heck are you paying that much? Well, it lets me out of my 11% interest only. And the payment now would go down to, I already did it, and I'm actually in the process of refinancing right now. The payment is going to be $1,187. So it's going to save me the $1,665. It's going to save me about $500 a month, right? So that's why I'm doing it. And I get to pull my equity out. Because of the current times right now and my credit score they're messing around with, they say I have one score and I have proof that I have like 50 points over what they say. They're not only lending me on like 65% of the value. And so I'm having to bring like some money to the table, but not a lot on the refi. And I'm happy because I'm going to be able to cash flow like $900 now. Again, because it saves me $500. Plan is to hold this as long as we can, probably 10 plus years, because the area is just getting better and better by the second, because of that growth from the Brave Stadium and all that good stuff happened around that area. The new development, it makes sense to hold it. But okay, let's get to the next property. So this one was actually crazy. This one we got subject to. It's a triplex in Athens. So at UGA, it's about 7 minutes from UGA, University of Georgia's campus. Same list, absentee owner, multifamily list. This person was actually out of state as well, but we got it from Propstream, same texting software, launch control, and this was a subject to. So recently I joined Pace Morby's course. Pace Morby, if you guys don't know him, I'll look him up on YouTube and Facebook. He is course on subject to, and so I've been trying to get a sub 2 since, and I joined it back in July, and we locked this one up in August. So basically what I'm doing, and I won't go into full detail on subject 2 right now, that's a whole nother video, and it's really hard to explain. But basically I bought this property with only having to come out of my pocket $1,000, so you see at the bottom. Why? The seller wanted $140, and the loan amount was $120. So what did I do? I told the seller I would pay him his what he wanted at $140, as long as he kept the mortgage in place, and I gave him his equity in between. So I gave him the difference between $140 and what he owed on his mortgage, $120. So I had to bring really $20,000 to the table. But the fact of the matter is that I also got another private lender. So we'll look at that in the next page. But again, we're buying this technically purchase price of $144, as you can see here, and we took it subject to. And that's the loan amount he has left, so $120,700. And you can see here, this is also the principal of new loans, is where I got my private lender to give me $20,000. So really, I only had to come out of pocket on this transaction about $1,032, because again, I got a private lender and I took it sub 2, and that's because I had to also pay the taxes and you see the taxes here in the closing cost. But anyway, so
let's look on the next page. The information, like I mentioned, it was a $20,000 loan. It's a second position loan because we took the first position loan subject to, that was the seller's original loan, right? That's the Freedom Mortgage. He had a veteran's loan, right? So we took our private money lender. We were paying him 12% interest, and he loaned us $20,000 with a 1-year balloon. What does this let us do? Why would you, Gino, get 20 if you had the money? Why would you get a $20,000 second position? Well, because that 20,000 that I'm saving by getting this lender to loan me that 20, I can use that 20,000 to go buy me about 2 more properties. Usually my intro cost into any deals, entry cost, excuse me, is about like 8,000, 8 to 9,000. So with using his 20,000, and it saves me from coming out of my pocket my 20,000, I can take my $20,000 now and use it to buy about 2 more properties. Those 2 more properties should cash flow me around $600 to $800. So yes, I'm paying them $200 a month, right? The 12% interest for a $20,000 loan comes out to be $200, which you can see down here too. But that $200 now is allowing me, or that $20,000 is allowing me to get 2 properties, like I stated, which is going to make me about $800 a month. So reality is me using his money, I make $600 more now. The $800 I can make with the 2 properties, and the $200 I pay him, mine is the $200. I'm making about $600 profit now without using my own money, if that makes sense. So it's very cost effective. It allows me to scale now, and I can buy multiple properties without having to, come out of pocket these big lump sums of like this 20 grand. I can use that 20 grand elsewhere. But the monthly payment and expenses on this property, he already had the loan in place. That's the best part about it. His loan was already at like a 3.2% interest rate, something around there. So that's the best part about taking these properties subject to. The seller already had the lowest rates, and he was already qualified with the traditional bank, versus us having to go, like I mentioned before, into more of those commercial lenders and the lenders that want to charge us 6-7% and all the fees, blah blah blah. This guy has a 2 or 3 interest rate, right? So if you add up the math, his total payment's only $799, and that's what we're in charge of paying every month. But now that we have the private money lender, we add the $200, so it's about $999 per month. It's rented at $700, $600, and $600. We're trying to get all tenants to $700, but their leases, we inherited the leases, and the leases don't renew till July and next September. So stay tuned for that. So how we got our monthly, our net is just our $1,900 from gross rents minus our property manager, because we live about 3 hours from this property, or 2.5 from where I'm at right now. So we pay them 8%, comes out to be $152 a month, then minus the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and our private money lender, it comes out to now being about $784, right? So we subtracted our 99.73 that we got from right here, then subtract it from all these other figures to get $784 net cash flow in our pocket every month. Again, we do allocate some of that money to expense or to repairs. We keep for reserves, but I just want to keep it easier right now. So this is what we get net into our pocket per month. Also, you can see here, our cash on cash return annually is going to be 690%. So this is, you can see, a home run deal for us. It made perfect sense. And obviously our exit strategy is just hold on to this as much as possible. And now in 20 years down the road, it might be worth 250, 260,000 once UGA keeps expanding. Again, it's only about 6-7 minutes from UGA. Okay, here's our next deal. This deal actually is a cabin that we just purchased up in North Georgia. So we got it, absentee owners list again, SMS lead again, same subject or same idea here. We're taking it down via private money, right? You can see the loan here, $75,000, and we only purchased it for $82,000. So the private money is allowing us to get into these properties and, buy as many properties as we really can without having to come up so much money out of our own, right? So our purchase price again was $82,000. It's worth on the market, no joke, $170,000. A comp sold literally right behind it. It was a 2-1 as well, but that comp that sold had like outdoor garages where you could park into, and actually had a walk down basement. Our basement, funny enough, is not even connected to the upstairs, so you got to walk outside to go under. But that comp sold, or that property sold for $240. So I'm discounting. I'm being really conservative. 70 grand just because our stairs don't connect down to the basement and we don't have garages. I'm saying 70 grand less. Ours could be worth 170. I 100% believe that. But our cash in the deal is 9,252. You can see it down here on the HUD. We're going to actually Airbnb this property out. So there's no furniture in it. We're expecting to spend about 5,000. We're already halfway furnished the place now, and we're a little even less than 5,000 into it. We found some good deals, and I think 5,000 is a safe bet for sure to furnish this. Back to the numbers. Private money, we got a 75% loan, or $75,000 loan at 11% with a 1-year balloon as well. So the payments, as you can see, they come out to be about $687 interest only, $687.50. Our insurance is about $70. Our taxes are $35. You add all that up plus the estimated utilities. This is what I estimated. I got it from a friend that has a cabin up there as well nearby, and he said you could expect $350. So total is $1,144.26, $1,100 a month in payments. And now we're projecting to rent this property. These are all conservative numbers. Again, we're not trying to overdraft stuff, make it seem a lot more than what it could be. But we're only projecting it's only rented out 67% of the time. My buddy had his same cabin, just like ours. His was a 3-1, ours is a 2-1, but we technically have a bedroom downstairs. He was booked the entire month of August because people wanted to get out of the city and go up to the mountains for, obviously spread out from COVID. So I'm just saying we only get 20 nights at 110. I think he rented his at like 180, but he's in a little better location. Again, he has one more technically bedroom, but anyway, I'm saying we only rent ours for 110, all conservative. We're at 2,200. So if you do the math, taking our monthly expenses and payments and minus it down our gross rents, we're going to be cash flowing about $1,000, right? And that's including that 110 is also we're going to have them pay for the Airbnb fees, service fees, and then also obviously for the cleaning lady. So it should be about 110 net to us. So when we do the cash on cash return, again, these are all projections, but should be around 88%, which is another great return on your investment. I know I said 20% is good, so 88, and you guys know that as well. That's a great return on your investment, cash on cash. So the extra strategy here is do the same thing as the Springwood property, the Smyrna property, excuse me, and that is to refinance, pull out, and we'll actually be able to pull out some money out of this deal. If we get loaned at 70% at 170, I believe with the numbers and what we purchased it at or what our loan's at, we'd take away out actually around like $38,000, somewhere around that. So not only will we take out money, but we also lower our payment to probably around $806. I did the calculations. It should be around $806. And we would hold this too as well. The cabin game they love Airbnbs up there. That's why we're happy about it, because it's in the mountains. So there's Airbnbs all around us. The city loves it because it brings people there. Because there's been cabins there for 30 plus years, more than that. So they're used to having short-term rentals. So I'm not afraid about them striking that stuff down. It's in a good location too. It's between 2 big cities, and I just think that down the road we would want to hold on to this and possibly sell it to get some bigger ones. But again, just see what we can't do there. So I believe that's it. Yep, that's it for the slideshow. So if you guys got any questions about this and how we bought these properties, feel free to let us know. I just wanted to go through some of our details, and if you guys had questions, again, I'm 21. John Paul just turned 22, and we both own these properties together. We started buying them when I was 19, so we started pretty young, but we didn't really hold them. We didn't keep our Springwood property. All right, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if you guys got any questions, let us know. Thanks for watching through this video. Again, we're only 21. Well, actually, John Paul just turned 22, but we were able to do this so young by just building connections. That's the most important thing, is building connections, not only with private money lenders, but with other rehabbers, with people that know. Like again, we built a connection with another guy that does an Airbnb near us. We wouldn't be as confident if it wasn't for his data. So build those connections, always network, and again, if you guys got questions, let us know.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope I gave enough information so you guys feel confident in doing it yourself now. So again, hit hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below. We'll make sure to answer any questions you guys may have. And stay tuned for the next video.